So I got a Pioneer receiver in. The complaint on this one is the HDMI is not working, specifically the cable SAT input. The rest of them all work fine. Customer wants to get that cable SAT input because they don't want to use a different one for their cable box. So let's check this one out. This is a Pioneer VSX532. The complaint on this one is that the HDMI input cable SAT is broken, although I've got it plugged into my cable box now and into my monitor, and it appears to work. Let's see if we can make it fault. So there it is plugged in. I'm wiggling it around and nothing's happening. So I don't know where his problem is, but he says that the HDMI in marked cable SAT is no good. We'll try the one marked stream box. Which one is that? We'll try the stream box. I'll try them all. Stream box. Maybe he's mistaken as to which input's not working. That one appears to work too. What's the next one on here? Game. Well, he said that game works because that's where he had to switch it to make it work. It's probably him texting me now. And of course I said, why don't you just use the other input? Oh, no, the guy, it's like a third party that's brought it to me. The guy that owns it, he's too stupid to do that. That's basically what he said. I said, just use the input that works. You've got all these extra inputs on here that you're not using. Just use the input that works. And, nope, that's not good enough. He wants to use the one marked TV in. Okay, what am I plugged into now? Oh, there it is. Just took it a second to lock in. That one's working as well. I don't know what his problem is. I guess we'll pull it apart and check for broken connections. He says the cable SAT input doesn't work, and I'm plugged into the cable SAT input now and wiggling it around and nothing's going wrong. Maybe it's this plug. But the connector here certainly seems to be fine. Well, I guess I'm doing exploratory surgery. See whether anything can be learned by opening it up and looking at it. I guess this is going to be a no money maker day on this one. And after spending yesterday on that power station, a no money maker power station. I say that because when I get sent these units to evaluate, I don't get paid to do the evaluation. I only make money off of any views on the video, but the problem is those videos don't gain a lot of views, and I might gain, you know, over the course of a month I might get 1,000 views, which will translate into, I don't know, $10, if that. So yeah, those product demo videos don't really make any money. And then the companies say, well, we'll give you a product, we'll give you an expensive product that you can sell when you're done. The thing is, even though that unit would sell for $3,000 new, I would get offers of $150 for it. That's what people expect for those type of things. Every one of those power stations that I've sold in the past, which were ones that, you know, had Amazon prices anywhere from $500 to $700, and I've got like $100 for them. Just nobody wants to pay any money for them. They want them for nothing. So that's why I've got a stack of about 8 of them sitting here, because I don't want to give them away, and yet nobody will pay anything for them. So they're all stacked up in the corner. So the input that the fellow said is bad is this one. I don't see any bad solder on this. I don't see anything cracked. There's no movement here. I'll go grab my microscope and we'll look at that with the microscope and see, but it looks to be, on the camera here it looks fine. The camera won't go in any closer than that without going out of focus. I guess if I raise the camera up a bit I can go in a little closer, but from this angle it looks fine. I'll grab my other camera, which I can get in real close, and see whether we can see anything on it. Those connections look fine. Oh, they're not. They're fine. I think you must have a bad HDMI cable. That's what the problem is. Look, folks, we have a defective customer. How often does that happen? Well, I'm not going to waste any more time on something that there's no fault with. I'll plug the monitor in again and we'll just wiggle some cables around here. Try a different input this time. I'll try my Blu-ray player. Plug that in instead. I have a picture. I'm plugged into this one, which is the cable sat. There's no movement on this. Maybe a little bit. But the pins aren't broken, that's for sure. Nothing's affecting the picture. How do the neighbors look for stability? Yeah, see, they're the same. That's just the connector itself. They do have a tendency to rock a bit. One of the biggest problems with HDMI is these heavy monster cables. They're so stiff and so heavy that when people shove a piece of equipment back in the cabinet, they get bent and they cause a lot of strain on connectors, so we sometimes see the connections get severed here. But that is apparently not the case here because this one's working fine. So that's my Blu-ray player, just playing some content I downloaded off of YouTube, and I'll plug my cable box back in. This is my cable box, displaying the Love Nature channel. Looks great, no problem here. So I guess I can just throw this one together as a no fault found and get it out of here, because we ain't making any money if we're not fixing anything. Thanks for watching.